What up, y'all? Andre, Big CEO Reed, back again with another Garage Bible Talks, the YBM version. We're going to get right into it, y'all. Real word, real life, for all ears that can hear, from a mouth of a young black man. Today, I'm wrapping up the book of Mark. I'm at Mark 16. This is about the resurrection of Jesus and him giving his last instructions to his disciples. For me, what kind of hit after reading this now and kind of breaking it down in my own spirit, something that stuck out was after he died, it talks about a story of this woman. Her name is Mary. She's the mother of James. What she do is she get her crew up to get ready to go and anoint Jesus' body, and they was gonna bring spices to anoint him. But they were scared. They were scared to go. They had a bunch of wonders. They didn't know, like, was this real? Was Jesus going to be there in the tomb, or is he going to resurrect for real? They didn't know, but they love for God, they love for Jesus, they discipline, their passion, it it out it overweighed their fear. It overweighed them being scared or not knowing the unknown, not being uncertain. And that's kind of how we have to move. That's God said that's how we have to move through our life as well. You know what I mean? Whatever goal, whatever dream, whatever vision you have in your head, whatever it is you're trying to do in life, it comes with uncertainty. It comes with fear. It comes with doubt. It comes with all these wonders. Just like praising God, just like your spirit, your faith in God. It comes with all these wonders, and we kind of, us as humans, want to have this like concrete example or proof that it's real. And sometimes you have to, a lot of times you have to walk with faith and not doubt. you know you're going to walk into places that you're uncertain of. You're going to walk into situations that you don't really know how it's going to come out, but you got to believe in God. You got to stay disciplined, and it's okay to be scared and to be fearful and to have a piece of doubt, because God knows that comes. But if your love and your passion, your faith can outweigh that, then you'll get over to the other side. So for me, that was just like, wow, yeah, they were scared, they was fearful, they had all these wonders. Is he really there? But it was like, but you know what, my love for him is so big that I know this is what I have to go do. I have to go anoint him. So I'm just going to go, and just let him. And so to me, especially walking in my faith and how life moves for me, is like all I can do is walk in God's faith, with uncertainty. We don't know. But hey, you gotta walk in him, you gotta believe, even while we're being scared. But yeah, that was just a lesson that I got out of that. Another one I got was the instructions from the angels. Just bouncing back from earlier in Mark, how Jesus told Peter, like, hey, you're gonna disown me 3 times. And Peter was just like, no, I'm the most downest realist. I ain't doing that. And then it happened. And he was so hurt, and he dropped to his knees and he cried. So later on, once Jesus resurrected, he told his angels to go out and to go tell his disciples and Peter. That was like the quote in the Bible. But the point of that for me was that Peter earlier dishonored God, and he broke down and he begged God, sorry Jesus for what I did. Didn't even know it's gonna happen. You told me, and it happened. It happened, and he dropped his knees. So once Jesus resurrected, in a way, that was him forgiving him. That was him giving second chances, because that's what God does. He gives second chances. And so I thought that was powerful to see that he didn't only just say my disciples, because that could have been a little confusion. Like, oh man, is Peter still a disciple, or what is what? He's like, give my disciples and Peter. Peter is still, I'm giving him his second chance. So we all need those second chances from God. We all have done things, have been in positions where, rather you've told someone, rather anyone know, if no one else knows, you and God know that deep down that's a sin that you can wish that God forgive you. And we probably have a bunch of them. We probably have sins that people know about, and be like, God, please forgive me for those too. But God gives us these seconds and thirds and multiple chances. As long as you can stay merciful to Him, and speak to Him, let Him know that you recognize your sin. Some of us don't say that to ourselves. Some of us can sit in our room, sit in the space, and talk ourselves so much into manipulating our own minds that what we done wasn't bad, or what we done wasn't a sin, or what we done didn't, and we can give ourselves all the reasons to why what we did is justifiable. When it's like, no, talk to God. Nobody else has to hear you. Tell God what I did was wrong. It was a sin. And then work from there. Ask God to forgive you and break it down. And He's going to be merciful. He's not going to judge you. But that's all I got for today, y'all. Hope y'all find something in this as I keep doing this. This is the chapter. This is the end of Mark. I hope y'all heard something out of each of these Mark tapings that I was reading about through each chapter of Mark. I hope y'all found something that you can grab onto. I'll be going into Genesis next. It's 25 chapters in Genesis, so I'm gonna try to knock those out each day and just give a little bit of what I got and how I feel about it. That's all I got, y'all. Peace.